a Nigerian guy was given the same amount. Now, the research showed that immediately the checks were handed over to them, the Chinese guy was already 10 years behind the Nigerian. They've not even left the scene. Why? Why the Nigerian guy will be thinking of getting a Mikano plant to produce electricity? The Chinese guy will have no such worries. Why you be thinking of hiring the army, the security forces to mount your gate and harass people?
Security
the Chinese
concerns.
guy will have no such worry. Are you getting it? The environment is conducive. Why you be thinking of even tarring your road? The Chinese guy already have the road tarred by the government and he pays taxes. Now, the risk of doing business in Nigeria, especially in those states, Jesus Christ, you need to go to town and find out what it is. Because you have all sorts of fees here and there. How can you create employment? Now, government now contrasts revenue generation. Now, if you must generate revenue, which of course I'm in support of, taxes must be paid, of course. Globally, taxes are the major sources of government revenue. However, for you to burden the citizens with taxes, we now have to pay so much to the government in the name of taxation. In all sincerity, they are not taxation. They are extortions. I am a tax consultant with all due respect. They are extortions because they are not backed by any law. They are not. More so that they are not contracted. You will see one A and B limited. Back to your question. Yes, you cannot separate politics from budget. First and foremost, the president is a political office holder. He eventually signs the budget. Our representatives were elected through a political platform, and they are to legislate on our behalf. And part of you are aware that the budget upon the passage is no longer a bill, but an act, which means budget is a law. That is the implication. That is why when budget is not implemented to the latter, ordinarily in developed climes, it's an impeachable offense. You have breached a law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. When they tell us, oh, the budget, because of this problem and that problem, we couldn't implement up to 50%. Of course, the president should resign.
Don't you also think that sometimes those excuses are legitimate?
Yes. In what sense?
For example, they tell you that there's been a slump in oil prices that has affected implementation.
When you become a mono-product economy from 60s to date, what do you expect? What do you expect? When you had with, what did you do with it? First time 1977, what did you do with it? Gowon ended, in fact, it was asked, what is the problem of Nigeria? I said, the problem of Nigeria is how to spend Nigerians' money. Have you forgotten?
But that's not the same reality we're dealing with today.
Are you getting it? Fine. Yes. Why did we not have reserve? Why didn't we have reserve? Now, Okoje-Iweala said at the time that, we're having some good oil with for. Let us fight in our SS Cruise account. The governors kicked against it and said, let's share the money. And the money when there is none.
And we can't account for that now, can we?
Exactly. Not. The governors should be even called to account. They should be called to account. Sometimes we tend to be too, bothered about the presidency, for heaven's sake. For me, if you ask me, I would ask EFCC to start in this corruption probe, start from local government councillor. For instance, I've argued some of our federal roads are not to be tarred by the state government. Let me be specific. Who should tar at the local college road? Edo State government? No. Who should tar our Southern road? Edo State government? I said no. But there are these accusations that, fine, I'm not speaking for the governor. There are these accusations that, whatever comes to the local government is hijacked by the state governors. And to that extent, they don't have enough money to carry out their projects. But I beg to differ. I also think that the respective local government chairpersons, as it were, should be alive to their responsibilities and deliver the dividend of democracy to the people. So, for me, I think it is high time the Nigerian populace begin to demand for accountability from those they have given their mandate to represent them at various levels of government. I think my humble submission on that.
All right, I've been talking with Prince Kennedy Modogu. We've been looking at issues about it. According to Severin, he renounced his citizenship because of his interest in working and living in Singapore, where he has been since 2009. He avoided an estimated $700 million in capital generated attention and controversy. Dustin Moskovitz is an American internet entrepreneur who Facebook along with Mark Zuckerberg, Eduardo Severin, Andrew McCullum, and Chris Hughes. In 2008, he left Facebook to co-found Asana. Dustin co-founded the philanthropic organization called Good Ventures with his girlfriend, who became his wife in 2011. In March of 2011, Forbes reported Duncan to be the youngest self-made billionaire in history on the basis of his 2.34% share in Facebook. And finally, the number one man on this list is Mark Elliott Zuckerberg, who certainly will go down in history as one of those young Americans who have made fortune from following their passion. Mark is often regarded as a computer programmer, internet entrepreneur, and philanthropist. He is the chairman, chief executive, and co-founder of the social networking site Facebook. Together with his college roommates and fellow Harvard University students, he launched Facebook from its Harvard's dormitory. At 31, his net worth is estimated to be $46 billion as of December 2015. Thank you for staying with us on Business this week. Now to a different issue altogether. We're very aware that you're already informed of Galilee Experience 2016, but there's also a feature of that big thing is very important, and we want to give you some piece of information by way of reminder about it. The free medical care to herald the 2016 Galilee Experience, organized by Independent Television and Radio in collaboration with Spokesman Communications Ministry. Already ongoing. By the way, we understand that it's kicked off this morning at about 9 and will stretch all the way till, say, about 5, which means you still have pretty much a good enough amount of time on your hands to ensure that you avail yourself of this golden for free medical care. It's already taking place at number 1 Alexander Ogiomo Road after Ajip, opposite Palm Garden, before Winners Chapel. That should be along Sapler Road. All right, don't forget, for the purpose of emphasis, number 1, Alexander Ogiomo Road, after Ajip, opposite Palm Garden, just before Winners Chapel, along Sapler Road, here in Benin City. And we hope you make yourself available so you can also take advantage of this opportunity. Now, back to our earlier discussion. Let's quickly tie it up in 1 minute. Let's look at implementation of budgets in Nigeria, because that's where we are heading, obviously. Yeah. Obviously, you have raised the issues, several serious concerns about this budget. But in any case, we are looking forward to implementation. What would you say about the chances of having effective implementation of this budget?
All right. Interestingly, that is the last stage of budget preparation. Now, again, it is a collective responsibility of the executive and the legislative arm of government. The executive would apply the funds that is expected, in accordance with the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2007. Now, and also in accordance with the, Principal Act, the Nigeria Constitution. Now, the various committees of the House will now swing into action to do their oversight function. But again, the Nigeria thing, the question is, how effective has it been in terms of, going out to actually monitor what is on the ground? That is why we now have to now call on our representatives that they bought the cars they wanted to buy. They said they must have official cars. The cars have been bought. We are aware. Now, they must, of course, rise to the occasion. They must be seen to be performing their responsibility judiciously and, in the interest of Nigerians. Gone are those days where we have budgets and so many grammar would have been spoken. And at the end of the day, nothing is tangible. Like I said, to a layman, I expect that the budget should not just be, or the implementation should not just be that Nigeria is growing, that we are the best economy in the world.
You think that's vague?
It's vague. How does it affect your tummy? How does it put food on your table? Sometimes we import certain things. You see, it's practice in China. Let's bring it in. We bring it in. When we copy wrongly. I just told you of zero-based budgeting. It was, US abandoned it because it was expensive to make. Yeah, it was expensive.
And I guess we also struggled to domesticate it.
Exactly. So, but we just went there. It's from US. This white man's mentality. It's only right when it is white. After all, it's from the US. I have argued that we should begin to localize our problems. Use Nigerian solution to solve Nigerian problem. Our problem is peculiar. Let us begin to develop domestic solutions to ameliorate the problems. So I think, moving forward, the two houses of the National Assembly must put their house together and ensure that the executive arm of the government implements the budget, and all the heads of ministries, departments, and agencies should periodically be giving account as to the performance level in their ministry.
That's a form of monitoring and evaluation.
That is it. You must monitor, you must evaluate. Planning and control what you have planned, you must control, so that if there are deviations, maybe quarterly, there are deviations, you can now redirect the attention of the pilot that you've done well in this area, give him a pat on the back, you've erred in this area, please improve in these key areas, and that will make it a better one for Nigeria.
Of course, that's a better way to actually round off this discussion about the 2016 budget. I've been spending the last 20-25 minutes talking with Prince Kennedy Modogu from the Department of Accounting here at the University of Benin. He has said so much about how that we got it wrong from the word go with the budgetary system in this country, and he has said some specific things about the 2016 budget, how that we have to get it right now with the implementation process, obviously because the budget for 2016 has already been passed. I told you earlier on the show that as of this morning, it was 320 naira to the US dollar. But let's take a look at what the CBN rates are, and of course that will be closely followed by prices of commodities. That's how we tied up on business this week on Independent Television. Many thanks for watching. Hopefully in another 7 days' time, we'll have to bring you a wonderful edition of the show. I'm Muyi Agmofwegbe. Happy Easter and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
This is ITV, certainly the best.
Hello everyone. Today we shall be looking at the characteristics of clean water. Water is essential to life. To ensure a regular healthy living, every home needs Excuse me, I need to get some water, please.
Wow. Master, I have a Mac 50 cl.
I have 75 cl.
I have 60 cl.
I have 1.5 liters.
I have the dispensable.
Let me hear you say, Imac, pure and clean. Imac, so refreshing. Imac, satisfying. Imac, oh, Imac, pure and clean. Imac, so
Imac Still Water, production of Imac International Limited, makers of Imac Water. Imac Ice, produced and well packaged in a clean environment with NAFDAC certification. Imac Still Water, the mark of quality.
Imac is the product that you can trust.
It's important that parents go out to the kids to share family time. But where in Benin City can families go to enjoy decent, exciting and mutually engaging recreation? Introducing the Trails Fun Park, a recreational center that boasts of a variety of fun play rides that include bouncing castle, giant water slide, inflatable mountain climbing, train ride, swimming pools, merry-go-round, shark attack slide, trampoline, several arcade games for all ages, popcorn, ice cream, and lots more. For all the ages, the park has fitness equipment, table tennis, a snooker board, and several board games. Parents, churches, and groups. The park is also available for hire that will leave the children with lifetime memories. The Trails Amusement Park is located at 4 Okogba Road, after Winners Chapel and before First Bank on Airport Road. It opens every day from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Friday 25th March to 28th March 2016. Gate fee 1,000 naira per child.
For more inquiries, call any of these numbers: 08028 386873, 080 00784. Trails from Park, giving families lifetime memories.
Jesus Deliverance Ministry presents 2016 Festival of Shelters and her 28th anniversary celebration. Theme: now you will have plenty to eat and be satisfied. Joel 2:16. Date: Friday 28th March. Holy Communion service to be followed by free lunch. Saturday 26th March. Special display by various cultural groups such as Calabar, Swange, Benue, Bata, Ijebu, Niger Delta dances, etc. and free refreshments. March 27th, Easter Sunday. Continuation of intergenerational feasting by various cultural groups, prominent high life band, and refreshment from various continental dishes and free transportation. Time: 9 a.m. daily. Venue: number 1 Deliverance Way, opposite Queen Ede Secondary School, Ogbeso Quarters, Ikpobahi, Benin City. Host: Sister Awele Iloba, Vice President, Jesus Deliverance Ministry. Chief Host: Sister Ngozi Peters, President and Founder, Jesus Deliverance Ministry. Be a part of this great feasting. Jesus is Lord.
All that you have done for me, I just want to.
The story of us.
See, Increase, now your mother is becoming rude and it's very disappointing.
Increase, your father is not man enough to take charge of situation.
No, stop insulting me!
You to stop insulting me!
Why should you insult me in front of my daughter? What's wrong with you?
She's my daughter.
Who are you?
Stop insulting me!
I'm talking
Stop
to you.
insulting me!
Making a story is telling a story. The story of us. Not only do men and women communicate differently, but they think, feel, perceive, react, respond, love, need, and appreciate differently. The story of us. They almost seem to be from different planets, speaking different languages, and needing different nourishments. The story of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Man, please. I beg you in the name of God. I don't want your problem tonight. Just let me be, okay?
Here. Can't I say good night to my wife?
Oh. I'm sorry. Good night, darling.
Melody. Melody. Mama Increase. Listen, if there's anything we need to discuss, just talk to me. It's not healthy going to bed with grudges in one's heart.
Hey! Ebuka! What? Hey? Ebuka, leave me alone. Please, just let me sleep. Ah!
Yay. Well, anyway, there's no need discussing with a woman who values no peace. I've tried to be a good father. I've tried to show love to my family and express good gestures to my household. And where has that taken me to? Look, Ebuka, I think you're a good father. Yes, and a marvelous husband. If no one is going to encourage you, then you will encourage yourself. Yeah. Some people will not know the value of what they have until they lose it.
Honey, that is to tell you how bad our value system is. I mean, youths of nowadays see every situation as an opportunity. Yes. You should have seen the way they ran away when they saw me coming the second time. Yes, they took to their heels. I'm glad you understand. It could happen to anybody. Yes. It is well, oh. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thanks, love. Bye.
Mom, I think you're taking this.
Hey. Titi, please.
Mommy, I need your happiness. You can take my own and use it until you can afford to.
Thank you, my son.
Mommy, you can take my own too.
I don't need your phone. I don't need your phone. I don't need your phone.
Mom.
Thank you. I'm so happy for you guys. You always make me happy.
It's the story of love. Story. How can I tell it? We should tell it together. You and I. Beautiful story. Beautiful life, we can tell it together.
Sometimes I'm cold, sometimes I'm sad. You and I is not always as sweet as it sounds. Sometimes I'm mad, sometimes I even cry. But you see, that's what makes the story of us. Life is a story. Life is a story. How can I tell it? How can I tell it? We should tell it together. Together. You and I. Oh, beautiful story of a beautiful life. Of a beautiful life. We can tell it together. We can tell it together. It's the story of us.
Increase. Increase.
Increase. Increase. It's not what you think. Increase.
Why are you calling her? Why not go straight and tell her why you abandoned your matrimonial home for discord? Or why you are even beating your loving husband?
Yes, I'll tell her. I'll tell her how little things count. Oh, you talk about abandonment as if you knew the meaning. You abandoned me to play with your daughter. Now you are here preaching matrimonial blah blah blah. When a man loses his matrimonial balance, then he deserves some matrimonial lessons.
May God help this family.
Baby, it's not what you think. Your daddy and I were not quarreling. It was just the daddy and mommy kind of play.
But Mom, I saw both of you fighting each other.
Oh, you call that a fight? No, you know your daddy likes rough play.
But Mom, I saw you fighting and I deserve an explanation. And Mom, please stop economizing the truth.
Come on, baby, no. You don't walk out on me. I am your mother. So it is wrong to walk out on your mother. Okay? Say, baby, your father and I will do anything to make sure you're happy. We love you and we want the best for you. Is that okay?
Yes, Mom. I love you too.
Oh, that's my princess. I love you too, my darling.
It's the story of us. Life is a story. Get it together. You and I. Oh, beautiful story of a beautiful life. Of a beautiful life. We can tell it together. We can tell it together. It's the story of us. Despite the gloomy days, we still love and laugh. Love can heal all pains. It's what makes us strong as a family. Joy and unity. It's our story. It's the story of us. Despite the gloomy days, we still love and laugh. Love can heal all pains. It's what makes
you guys get to do this all the time. Maybe you get used to it.